What's your first question?
I don't have a first question.
Well,
What's your first answer?
I live for fun, adventure. More importantly, I love making people laugh. And I've found a very unique, crazy way of doing that. To tens of thousands of people each time I perform. And that minute before, my heart is banging like crazy.
How many times have you done this?
How many times do you think? In 22 years, in about 22 countries. I think I've done every major sporting event in the world. The World Synchronised Swimming Final, Commonwealth Games, the British Open Golf Tournament at St Andrews, and Mr Universe, the Cannes Film Festival. Everything. One of the best ones, I went to the Winter Olympics in Torino in Italy. Any new country that I go to perform, I've got no idea how the police are going to react. The crowd have always been exactly the same. When I get arrested, I just do the, sorry. No, just having fun. No, don't mean any problems. And the police, after about an hour or so, they said, we let you go, but you leave Italy immediately. So I said, okay. So I've jumped on a plane, I went to Holland. The next day I did the Dutch tennis final. The very first time I streaked, I worked in a bar in Hong Kong. Rugby Sevens was on at a Saturday, Sunday event. And a load of guys came into the bar talking about a girl who'd streaked. I was drunk, so I said, oh, anybody can streak. So the owner of the bar was sat next to me and said, okay, big mouth, you streak tomorrow? I've gone home about 4 a.m, absolutely wasted. Collapsed on the couch, still dressed, and thought, what have I said? Next thing I know, banging on the apartment door. I was still comatose. He said, you've told everyone you're streaking today, and everyone from the bar is going to be in the stands. So I've gone in, and the energy hit me straight away. So I've walked down to the main stands, took my clothes off, ran on, run backwards and waved to the main stand as if to say to all my friends, okay, I've done it. And as I've turned round, there's the ball. So I just ran, picked the ball up, ran the whole length of the field and scored a touchdown. 65,000 people in the stadium all rose at once and screaming and cheering. The adrenaline and that feeling of euphoria was absolutely unbelievable. I think everybody in the world should streak at least once. You have to experience it to understand what the actual feeling's like. I'm not very well endowed. I haven't got a lovely body. If I was well endowed, beautiful body, I'd be a poser. And I wouldn't have to run, I'd just stand there. But I've got to run fast because my body's a mess. I'm 50 years old now. I go running every day. I need to wear 3 pairs of underpants because my buttocks hang so low.
Just so that I understand this, the first pair of underwear does what?
Keeps little Richard in.
And the second pair?
Keeps Richard's 2 little friends in.
And the third pair?
Holds in mother's buttocks. Virtually every performance I've done used writing. Wimbledon, Anna Kournikova. Everyone knows her, she's very pretty. And she had a bra advert out, a sports bra advert, and a huge billboard that said, only the ball should bounce. Mine said only the balls bounce. And I've jumped on during a doubles match and did a somersault over the net.
You become famous doing this, no?
Nobody could ever replicate what I've done. Did the Super Bowl in Texas. Remember Janet Jackson, that wardrobe malfunction? I was at the back warming up. I've got a referee's uniform underneath my own clothes. Front row seats on the 50-yard line. I've run through all the crowd around the stadium, ran right to the middle of the field just before the guy's kicking the ball. And I've gone, whoa! And the player's gone, what's up, ref, man? I just went, nothing at all, and just started to dance. I was running out of moves. I was thinking, bloody hell, somebody chased me. And as soon as they realised what was happening, every cop in the stadium come at me. The noise when I was dancing was absolutely through the roof. It was similar to the very first time I streaked in Hong Kong. But then when the chase came on, it went mega. And I'm running like mad, laughing my head off. And one of the players shoulder charged me to the floor. So now I've got 20 cops on top of me. I've got my face pushed in the grass, getting handcuffed. And all I could think of, I've done the Super Bowl. I've just done the Super Bowl, man.
I'm kind of amazed that you actually were able to do it.
Professionalism. See, if I didn't have that referee's uniform on, it would have been impossible to get from my seat to the middle of the field naked. So I had to use my imagination. How can I get from my seat to where I needed to be? I call it the G-spot, because when I get there, everyone enjoys it. I have been all over the world, and the worst time I've ever been treated was at a dog show in Birmingham. I've jumped on with a cat stuck to my little Richard and a cat's tail on me ass cheeks. Two security guards chased me, grabbed hold of me and took me into a room and systematically tortured me for 15 minutes. I'm not ashamed to admit I was crying. The pain was ridiculous. And when they let go, when the police arrived, I collapsed on the floor through sheer pain exhaustion.
Specifically, what did they do to you?
Well, you know, the thumb lock. To try and subdue you, security or police, they grab your thumb and push it right back. And my thumb on both sides was touching my arm. And the pain was just, I've never felt pain like it before in my life. One of them said to me, don't move. I said, I'm not going to move. The other one would tighten it, so I'd stand up a little bit. He told you not to move. And I'd do it, and then I'd move again, and it was systematically for 15 minutes.
Do you think there's a sort of deep need inside of you to do this?
No, not at all. I just want to try and give people something to smile about. There's no hidden meaning behind it. There's no need for this attention. It's just each one's a challenge.
How long do you think you can keep doing this?
As long as I can run, as long as I've got my health. I need to find things that have never been done before. I haven't done one for 3 years. But, you know, who knows what's around the corner? I don't know.
Could you see yourself streaking when you're 90?
Only the bingo.
Would you like to, say, die while streaking?
The massive coronary infarct. You're in the stadium. 100,000 are cheering. You feel a tightness in your chest.
No, I don't want to die streaking, but I have put in my will that when I go, I want my coffin made out of Perspex glass so it's see-through. I want to be buried naked so I can streak my own funeral. But I've told them to stick a Viagra down me when I'm lying in the mortuary. So I want to go out in style.